The Essenes, Ebionites, and Nazarites were distinct but related movements in Jewish and early Christian history. The Essenes were an Afro-Jewish sect tied to the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Ebionites were early Jewish Christians, Judeo-Christian, emphasizing Torah observance, and the Nazarites were a mix of all individuals consecrated to God by special vows in the Hebrew Bible. Their chronology spans from the Second Temple period, circa 2nd century BCE, through the early centuries of Christianity. An African connection is found in biblical scholarship linking Ebionite traditions to the Igbo region of West Africa, where echoes of their communal and Torah-centered practices have survived. Chronology and Origins. Essenes, 2nd century BCE, 1st century CE, mentioned by Josephus, Philo, and Pliny, associated with the Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran, flourished during the late Second Temple period, contemporary with Jesus. Nazarites, biblical era circa 1200 BCE onward, time of King David and Bathsheba. David's reign was from 1010-970 BCE during the United Monarchy of Israel. Bathsheba episode found in 2 Samuel 11:12. Found in the Hebrew Bible, Numbers 6:1-21. King Solomon, birth circa 990 BCE during David's reign. Solomon's reign was from 970-931 BCE. Biblical references: 1 Kings 1-11, 2 Chronicles 1-9. Individuals consecrated to God by vows abstained from wine, did not cut their hair, and avoided corpses. Famous Nazarites include Samson, Judges 13, Samuel, 1 Samuel 1, and possibly John the Baptist, Luke 1:15. The Ebionites, 1st-4th century CE, emerged after Jesus' death, centered in Jerusalem, led by James the Just, Jesus' brother. The group survived until the 4th century before disappearing under pressure from mainstream Christianity in Rome. Essenes. Not directly named in the Bible, but their practices resemble the apocalyptic and purity themes in texts like Daniel and Revelation. Nazarites. Explicitly described in Numbers 6. Samson's story in Judges 13:16 is the most vivid Nazarite narrative. Ebionites. Not mentioned by name, but their ideals echo the Jerusalem Church in Acts 2:44-45 and the Epistle of James. Essenes. Communal living, ritual purity, apocalyptic expectation. Strict adherence to Torah and separation from mainstream society. Nazarites. Radical consecration to God. Symbolized holiness through visible signs, hair abstinence. Ebionites. Voluntary poverty. Named from Hebrew Ebion, poor. Torah observance, rejection of Paul's teachings, viewed Jesus as a human son of God, not a divine recreation of. Descends from Judean practices to Judeo-Christian. Scholars have explored Ebionite echoes in Africa, particularly among the Igbo people of West Africa. A study argues that Ebionite traditions, communal living, Torah-centered practices, and resistance to imperial Christianity have been preserved in African contexts. This positions African communities as custodians of early Jewish Christian heritage, reclaiming a role in the preservation of Proto-Judeo-Christianity ideals. Essenes, 2nd BCE, 1st CE, not named directly in religious texts. Purity, apocalypticism, communal life, association to Dead Sea Scrolls. The Nazarites, biblical era onward, Judges' vows of consecration, holiness. Samson, Samuel, John the Baptist. The Ebionites. 1st, 4th CE. Acts 2, association with James, brother of Jesus, chosen life of poverty, abstinence, Torah observance, Jesus as human dawn of God. Descendants of early Judean Christianity, echoes in Africa. Later versions became Judeo-Christianity. Thanks for watching.